Okay, so this is problem 10.1.57, and they ask us, or they tell us, Pamela's computer printer allows for optional settings of 5 on-off switches in a row, and we want to know how many different settings can she select if at least one switch must be offed. So the key word here is the key words are at least. And so we're going to use a tree diagram to answer this question. And let's just let O equal on and F equal off. Okay, so you talk about the first switch. The first switch can be either on or off. Okay, and then we're gonna follow this tree out for multiple switches. So the same thing could happen with the second switch. It could either be on or off, and on or off. And the third switch can be on or off, on or off. We're going to actually follow this all the way out for all 5 switches. Okay, so the fourth switch here, we're at on or off for all of them. On, off. Oops. That's supposed to be on, off there. Okay. It's going to get kind of cramped here. Okay, so after the fourth switch, we see that we actually have 16 options here. If you counted this up, it would be 16 options. And when we go to do the fifth switch, because they want us to have at least one switch being off, this situation right here where we have on, and on, only has the option of being off in order to satisfy the criteria that they've listed here. Okay. Everything else is going to be able to have an on and an off because every other option here already has at least one switch being off. So you can see this branch has one being off, this already has one, this has one, this already has one. So this is the only branch right here that is going to branch one time, and that's it. And then everything else is going to branch again on, off, and this is actually going to get too crowded for me to do this. But if you were to just think about what's happening here, really this is 2 to the 5th power, but you're actually subtracting 1 because you can't have that one option right there. So you can't have the on right here. You have to satisfy the at least one switch being off, so this has to be off. So that takes away this particular branch having 2 options. So that's why I'm subtracting 1 right there. So this is actually 32 minus 1. 2 to the 5th is 32. So you end up with 31 different settings that can happen here for at least one switch to be off. When we move later into this course, we're going to have other ways for dealing with the words at least and counting, that kind of a thing. It's a bit cumbersome to try and do something like this with a tree diagram. But it can be done, and so you'll see as we move later into the course how to think about this a little differently. Okay.